And we are live. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And salam al hijrah to all our viewers. It is the new year. Happy New Year. The Islamic New Year. Now, if you guys are probably wondering where we were yesterday, it was National Day here in Singapore. It was a public holiday. I think I took a well-deserved break, be with our children, and it was tiring. So we've got a very exciting week for you. We've got a couple interesting stocks to look at. It's been on our watch list for a while now, and there's been some news about it. So let me share my screen really quickly. There we go. So welcome to Halal Stock Hunters on 10th of August 2021, uncovering halal gems in the stock market. First pick for the week, Zoom. Now, if you don't know what Zoom is by now, I'm certain you're living either on a desert island or under a rock. Zoom has become one of the best video conferencing apps and software to hit the market over the past. They've been around for a while, but when COVID hit, their adoption rate just skyrocketed, their stocks went up, and it's been super useful to almost everybody I've known. With work from home being the norm here in Singapore, and people doing video conferencing everywhere, more and more companies and individuals are using Zoom. Now, if you follow the news about Zoom, they announced that they were acquiring Five9. And Five9 was a stock that we picked a couple of months ago. Very interesting how things come together. And so I think when I was looking at the charts and looking at the news about Zoom, I would love to continue adding more Zoom to my portfolio. And my personal prospects for Zoom are very good. So now, standard disclaimer, do your own due diligence before you buy anything. We do this for education and entertainment. And this is where I throw it to one of my most favorite people on the planet, Adi. Adi, all yours.
Hi Afiq, thank you for the introduction. And yes, Zoom is one of the stocks that are really in play right now. And it's as you all know, because of the pandemic and all that. So without further ado, let me just share my screen. So if you can see my screen, I'll go to the one with Zoom. All right, here it is. Okay, so on the Zoom chart right now, basically we are on the daily time frame, and let me just Afiq, did we actually buy this stock yet, or have we not yet bought this stock?
No. So Zoom was on our watch list because we couldn't find a good time to buy in. And well, I was revisiting our watch list, and as I do every day, and I was looking at it, I was saying, hey, Zoom looks like it could be a good time to enter. What do you
Okay, so I can see that basically we are meeting some resistance at around the $403, and at this point I would say that price is still on a sideways mode after breaking this slanting line here. Okay, price basically went up higher, and we see that the breakout was around at the $332 level. So actually we can actually there's two ways for us to actually look at this particular stock. We can buy here, all right, and actually, if I just draw the arrow, all right, it can bounce off this moving average, and then after that continue to the upside. However, if let's say the market decides to actually retest lows, we might see this particular stock go down towards the 353 level. So that is actually a buy zone. Let me just draw. Okay, this is the buy zone this is the demand zone, I would say, all right, for Zoom. And we have the resistance right now at this point here around the 403 level. After that, of course, the bigger line here somewhere around this zone around the 450 level. So you could actually wait for it to come back to retest these lows here before buying. I think that is the safe that is the safer approach actually. Yep. What do you think, Afiq? Do you want to buy now, or do you want to wait for it to come back lower? Because
I'll wait for you. There's the safer way. We're gonna do the safer way. I bow to your experience, brother. You tell me it's safer to wait, we'll wait, we'll wait. But I just like Zoom as a company from a fundamentals perspective. So if you do want to hold Zoom for long term, you have to also be comfortable should it come further down. I mean, if you look over the past year of movements, it's been on a steady slight downtrend, and there was a big uptrend coming up. And personally, I do like it for the long term. But if you're uncomfortable, you may want to consider listening and waiting. Just watch how it goes. So Adi, I think this one will hands off for now. We'll hands off for now and watch whether it comes down to that support at about 353, right?
We can actually put a pending order over there, and we can agree that we put a pending order to buy at around the 353 level.
Okay, pending order, let me see, 353, just putting it into our trading diary.
So we have to also agree on the stop loss level. So I would say that if this particular stock were to go lower, we might find some support at the 320 level.
Yep.
Alright, so let me just mark it here. At the 320, we might find some support. So if you were to put your stop loss, right, it could be, if you want a tight stop loss, I think this is where you're going to put it. This is where you're going to put it if you want a tight stop loss. But if you want to give more room to this particular trade, you can actually just put it lower at around here, at around 300, maybe 300 and 3, maybe 308 or
308, stop loss at 308.
Stop loss at 308. So you have two ways, because you are giving more room for this trade to actually, if it starts to go down, then it can bounce off from here, or it can bounce off from here, and it can even actually not go even down here. You can just go zoom up all the way, but that's fine, right? There are always opportunities in the market. I don't think we should be chasing price, and we should actually be buying at the demand zones.
And speaking of opportunities in the market, I was also looking at our second pick of the week. Now, so the picks of the week for this week are all actually from our watch list. I've actually covered this second counter before. Let me just show you my screen really quickly. There you go. So we covered Zoom, and we are also covering MongoDB. Now, MDB has been on a wide adoption for the longest time. Now that we are looking at digitization, everything moving forward, but just to refresh everybody watching, they are a document-based distributed database, which does it as a software as a service, which is super interesting. It's used by some of the biggest companies out there, and when I look at their revenue, they're increasing year on year. And so, would I hold this long term? Most definitely. I mentioned MongoDB a few months back, and I still am very, very much in love with this particular counter. I was looking at the charts, and it seemed that it could be a good time to buy. So, on that, I will have to listen to Adi. So, folks, let's hear what Adi has to say about MDB, MongoDB.
Okay, so let me just share my screen again. MongoDB. Let me find the stock first. We have quite a number.
Alhamdulillah, there are so many opportunities available.
Yeah, but most importantly, it has to pass your test of it being Sharia compliant, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so we have MongoDB on our screen right now. All right, this is the daily time frame, and actually we first covered it, right, basically on the 8th of June, right, on the 8th of June this year, and at that point the price was at about $313. It went up to as high as $390. So you can just imagine we had about a $77 price appreciation. That's about 20% upside. And I did mark my chart here. I stated that resistance has been broken, and then basically it went up, and then after that it retested, right? It retested this level here. Let me just mark it so that you all can see, right? This is the resistance, and then it went up. It went up, and then after that it came down again to retest this resistance. right? Just like in Zoom just now, right? Afiq, you saw that it went up and then it retests the resistance and support, and then after that, now it's on its way up again. Okay, so definitely this resistance here needs to be broken. All right, it is going towards there. Current price at 380, so it's going to retest that zone again around the 390 zone, and once we see a successful break of that part of that level, we could and then expect, you know, the price to potentially go up higher towards the 428 level, right? So but let me just draw a something line here. We saw that basically there is a break. Okay, this is considered a breakout as well on the daily time. So this is a breakout. So this breakout, we saw this breakout, and then on top of that, we saw that price, you know, got supported around this level, around the 352, and is being used as a platform for it to actually bounce off higher. So if you buy right now, Afiq, first of all, we want to identify our targets. You can say that, okay, this can be your first target, right? You can, I think, get about a couple of percent, maybe about 4%, 3-4%. Maybe that could be your first target, and then your second target could be this, right? So of course you must always remember where would be your stop loss levels if you were to enter at this point here, right? So let's say the entry point is here, entry point we change it to green, right? And then we, so if this is going to be a stop loss, I prefer to put my stop loss below. This can be a possible stop loss because it's just below the support level here, but it's a minor support, I would say. It's not major. Here is a more major support, and the next level to actually put your stop loss somewhere around here. Yeah, so look at the risk reward. Okay, so let me just draw the risk reward ratio. There is a tool here, hold on, long position. Okay, so if you were to buy here, and if you were to get to target the top side here, and then if you're, let's say, if you take this first one, red line as your stop loss, then your risk reward, okay, risk reward is 1.22 of it. It's not actually that great of a risk reward, so you need to consider that point as well. Imagine if you had actually bought lower, let's say somewhere around here, then your risk reward would have been better at around the 3.1 ratio. So you have upside of 3 and then you risk only 1.
That makes a lot of sense. So for MongoDB, all wouldn't be to enter right now and really just keep it on the watch list and see what happens.
Yeah, so if you actually put it in that perspective of risk reward, right, then you would see that you're risking about 1 hour to get 1 hour. It's not much of a difference. If you risk only 1 hour to get 3 hours, that way, even if you have 50% losses out of your total trades that you take, you'll still be in profit.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. And so, folks, if you are watching, you need to have a trading plan as well. Adi and I have a whole set of rules that we follow when it comes to our trading, even before we decide what to enter in. And so, if you want to know more, you're going to join our VIP circle. Visit our website, halalinvestingnetwork.com. You have an opportunity to join us there. There's a promotion going on, I think, at 30% off an annual subscription. So let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and let us know what you think. At this point, we're going to be cutting the recording in half. And I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to stop Adi sharing right there.